Welcome back to Recap Telefilms. Today I am going to recap an Hollywood movie released in 2016, titled Bad Sister. Seatbacks, relax, and enjoy. Let's begin. The film starts and we see a boy named Jason. Jason loves music, because of which Jason shares his music via web-based entertainment by fitting it. Next we see a young lady who kills a pious devotee and wears her garments. Presently school occasions are finished, so Jason and his sister Jo return to their school. Jason meets his head, here named Rebecca. Rebecca then, at that point, meets another educator, Sophia. Today was Sophia's most memorable day at school, so Rebecca takes Sophia to show her to school, on the manner in which Sophia meets Jason. Subsequent to conversing with Jason, Sophia comes to her room. We see Sophia coming into the room paying attention to Jason's tunes on her PC and kissing Jason. Seeing this, we realize that Sophia definitely knows Jason and that she has come here for some reason. The following day, Sophia comes to the class. In the class, Sophia sees Jason conversing with a young lady. This young lady's name is Sarah. Seeing these two talking, Sophia feels exceptionally envious. Sophia sets Sarah aside from Jason on the grounds that Sophia herself preferred Jason. After the class is finished, we see that Jason was kissing Sarah. That is when Sophia comes here, who sees the two of them kissing. Sophia feels extremely envious. Here, in the wake of leaving Jason, Sophia flies off the handle at Sarah and she likewise advises Sarah to avoid Jason. After the class is finished, Sophia requests that Jason come to her space to converse with Jason about something significant. At the point when Jason stays with Sophia, he sees Sophia putting on something else. In reality, Sophia has an arrangement, so that by doing this she can draw in Jason to her side. However, when Jason sees Sophia in half close, then he leaves without meeting Sophia. Sophia is extremely glad to see this since her arrangement is fruitful at this point. During the end of the week, Jason was going to his home. When Sarah comes to meet Jason, the two of them were talking here. At the point when Sophia sees them talking, so she lashes out on Sarah. After this, we see Jason, who was rehearsing music at his home. When Sophia comes here, who is subtly paying attention to Jason's music. At the point when Jason gets Sarah call, and Sophia again exceptionally furious on Sarah in light of the fact that at whatever point Sophia considers drawing near to Jason, Sarah in the middle between. Sophia makes an arrangement here. Sophia slips into Sarah's room and conceals the medication parcel in Sarah's book. The following day, when Sarah opens her book in class, Sophia sees the medication in it. Presently, Sarah is suspended from school because of the medication being found with her. The teachers search every one of the understudies' rooms, because of which the educator finds a jug of wine in Jason's room. The educator gets some information about this wine. Then Jason says that the wine isn't his. In any case, the educator doesn't pay attention to Jason. The educator additionally begins suspending Jason from the school. That really, at that time, Sophia says that these individuals shouldn't suspend Jason from school since they ought to allow him another opportunity. So the educator requests that Jason help every one of the sisters in the school as a discipline. In reality, the jug of wine that was found in Jason's room was kept by Sophia. Here we get to be aware of Sophia. As a matter of fact, Sophia's genuine name is Laura, who is a rich and psycho-type young lady. One day Laura sees Jason singing on the web, because of which Laura becomes hopelessly enamored with Jason. Laura attempts to learn about Jason through Jason's web-based entertainment account, which drives Laura to discover that an instructor named Sophia is going to Jason's school. So Laura initially meets Sophia. Laura kills Sophia here, because of which Laura herself comes to Jason's school as Sophia. Presently, the end of the week had come, because of which every one of the understudies go to their home. However, Jason needs to remain in the school since it must be cleaned here. Jason was working here when Sophia comes here, who helps Jason. Sophia attempts to allure Jason by opening the button of her dress. That evening, Jason was resting on his room when Sophia comes into the room. When Sophia strolls over to Jason, Jason awakens. Sophia begins kissing Jason here. In any case, Jason could do without this since Jason was regarding Sophia as his educator. In any case, Sophia traps Jason in the most natural sounding way for her, after which Sophia gets physical with Jason. The following morning, Jason was feeling exceptionally awful on the grounds that it got physical with her instructor. Sophia comes over when Jason isn't in her room and she begins smelling Jason's garments. The following day, there is a test in the class where Joey gets a low number. Joe is extremely miserable subsequent to getting a low number. Sophia tells Joe not to take strain since she will step through the exam in the future. Joe is exceptionally glad to hear that when Euphoria comes to class to require her subsequent test, she begins taking a gander at the response sheet. Here all of a sudden, Sophia comes here who gets Joey taking a gander at the response sheet. In reality, this answer sheet was kept by Sophia here so she could get Joey cheating. Sophia brings Joey to the foremost Rebecca and says that Joey was undermining her test, so they ought to suspend her from school. In any case, Rebecca demands that Satisfaction is the savviest young lady in their group and they shouldn't drop her off school for a little mix-up. We then see Jason, who comes to the congregation to admit his missteps, yet that is when Sophia shows up. Sophia is here again physical with Jason. Following a couple of days, Sarah welcomes Jason to her home for a party. At the point when Jason comes here for the party, Sarah begins kissing Jason. Jason was having dreams of Sophia here, so he stops Sarah here and leaves the party. Jason was drinking here when an official comes to Jason. The official was going to capture Jason. When Sophia comes here and Sophia clarifies for the official, because of which the official leaves from here. Presently Sophia carries Jason to her home. Sophia here again lures Jason and she removes her garments. Sophia requests that Jason have an actual connection with her. Yet, Jason could do without this and he gets up from here and leaves. The following day, the class begins. Head Rebecca carries Sarah to the class. Seeing Sarah, Sophia's whole state of mind gets ruined. Sophia advises Jason to avoid Sarah, however Jason doesn't pay attention to Sophia, and he converses with Sarah before Sophia. Seeing this, Sophia lashes out, so when Sarah was scrubbing down in her room around evening time, Sophia comes here and kills her in the washroom by choking Sarah. After this, when Bliss comes to meet Sarah, she sees Sarah dead. Here Jason and Delight are extremely miserable because of Sarah's demise. Jason believes that Sophia has killed Sarah, so he gets some information about him. However, Sophia doesn't tell Jason anything and she leaves. Presently the end of the week is finished, so Jason and Joey return to their home. Returning home, Joey sees Jason exceptionally furious, so she asks Jason for what reason he is disturbed. Then Jason enlightens Delight every one of the things concerning Sophia about how Sophia is extorting him. When Joey hears Jason, she attempts to learn about Sophia. One day when Sophia was out of her room, Jason and Bliss went into her room. They tracked down Sophia's PC here. This PC was the genuine Sophia's with bunches of photos of her. Jason tracks down one more PC in the room, and when he opens it, he tracks down a few pictures of Jason in it. Here they discover that Sophia's genuine name is Laura. Here both need to get Laura's reality front of everybody. So the two originally come to the chief Rebecca. However, she isn't in her room. We see head Rebecca suspects Sophia and she lets Sophia know who you are on the grounds that I figured out you are not the genuine Sophia. Hearing this, Laura says nothing and she gets frightened. Head Rebecca begins calling the police, yet Laura assaults them and kills them. Then again, Jason and Joey are searching for head Rebecca. When Laura comes to them and Joey lets them know that we have come to realize that you are not the genuine Sophia and we will tell this to everybody. That's what the two leave saying. When Laura assaults Euphoria from behind, Laura was going to grouch. When head Rebecca comes here who is very harmed, Laura leaves Satisfaction and the chief chokes Rebecca. Yet Jason assaults Laura with a screwdriver on spot. Laura is hard of hearing here. In the last scene of the film, we see that Jason and Joey's school has been finished, because of which the two of them begin returning home with their folks. With this, the movie ends. Thank you for watching today's recap. Hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you in the next video.